Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Kop Abroad. I'm CJ, and this is your match preview, Liverpool versus Manchester United, a biggie. But before we get into that, guys, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, throw in some comments down below. Tell me how much you hate United and why. Because, God, do they make my blood boil. But also, before we get into that, I was on Anfield Index yesterday, did a live show with them. Go check that out. We talked all things Liverpool, talked about the Crystal Palace game, talked a little bit about this upcoming game, certain players, things like that. But go show them some love. I will leave that in the description down below. Go like, subscribe them, and let's get into it, guys. Manchester United, Liverpool. When I just talk about it, it gets me riled up. You know, it's so funny that throughout the whole season, I could care less because we've been so average and so poor at times, and United has been so average and so poor at times to where I've kind of just not even thought about them. But then when it comes time, that week of, it just ignites something inside of me. Maybe it's because I have a buddy who's a United fan, and he's always messaging me, glory, glory, man. I'm like, shut up, dude. You're so stupid. But, yeah. Anyways, we gotta get one over on them. First off, because they beat us at Anfield, and that was so brutal to take that one. So we definitely cannot have them do the double on us. So we got to do a job, and we got to get it done. As the title of this video is called, The Battle for Third. Why is that? Because they are in third right now, 3 points above us, but only one on goal differential. So if we were to pull out a victory, we would be either tied or above them on goal differential. So this is kind of the battle for third. I also believe that if United were to go on and win this game, that would put them 6 ahead of us. 3 or 4 games remaining. They're probably going to get third and finish above us. So more important for us to go and get a result or at least a victory there if we want any hopes of finishing above them and finishing in that third position. And let's be real, guys. We have nothing more to hold on to in these last few games. So this is now my renewed rejuvenation of how can this season be of any tiniest little speck of success. And to me, that's getting above United and staying there and putting them in their rightful place. Okay, now that I've calmed down a little bit, let's talk about the game. I will give kudos to where kudos and flowers are deserved. Honestly, probably my player of the season, Bruno Fernandes. I know, and I just scathed and ranted about how much I hate United, and it's true. And him particularly, he drives me insane. But the guy's got 19 assists on the season. He's going to break that record. And he could potentially tie it or break it against us, which cannot happen, but it could. So, we got to stop him. He is their driving force. He is their creator. He's who gets the ball going from the back to the front. So we need to be all over him like white on rice. But yeah, he has been immense in a poor season overall. And this is why, they're nowhere close to the title. They were kicked out of every competition. They have played no games, and I'm calling him the player of the season because to me, there has been no other star in this league that's kind of wanted to grab that bull by the horns and take it. You look at Holland had patches where he was not scoring or doing very much. Shirky didn't come on until later. Nico O'Reilly's probably going to win Young Player of the Year, so that's not going to happen. You look at Arsenal and Declan Rice, yes, but I mean, an engine, but is he really player of the season? Like, Does he get you off your seat? No. Their front line, nothing. Our front line, nothing. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, kind of just on a technicality, but he has been good. So Flowers there, and under Carrick, they've actually had a pretty decent comeback to the second half of the season, and why they're in third. So it's not going to be an easy task by any means to go to Old Trafford. Never is. Big rivalry game. The blood will be boiling, and half those players that know about it. So yeah. So it's gonna be a pretty big game. But since we're talking about United right now, no, before we do that, we'll go to Liverpool. Just a little bit of news there. Obviously, we all saw last game, Salah pulled up lame with his hammy. It does look like it's not too serious as of recording this. I don't know if he's going to play. If it's me, I kind of hope not, even though he's been their killer. He's like the third highest scorer at Old Trafford or something. It's like some crazy stat where he's like on their list of like top 10 scorers at Old Trafford. It's insane. Dude has dog walked United his entire Liverpool career, and so it's going to be such a shame if he does not get one more take at it. But to me, more importantly, he needs to be fit for that last game of the season against Brentford at home. So if you have to rest him, and he at least can get that last game of the season, that's more important to me. He deserves the send-off at home in front of the home crowd. So that's kind of the Liverpool news. The one bad caveat is our United killer, more than likely will not play. So, well, as we're talking about that, let's go ahead and get into our predicted 11s. We are going to start with Manchester United because I already have that pulled up right here, and we were just talking about them. Lamens in goal. He's been solid ever since he got there. Way better than Onana, so that was a great move on their part. I got Dalot at right back, Harry Maguire, Heaven, young center back playing very well recently. The last game against Brentford, he kind of got twisted up by Thiago, but he recovered, and Thiago could have had a hat trick but didn't, and credit to Heaven getting back and tracking back. Luke Shaw left back. In front of them, we got Casemiro and Kobe Mainu, who just signed a new contract. Good on them. He's a good player. He's a solid player. And since he's worked his way back in the team under Carrick, because Amron didn't like him, I guess, or something, they were maybe going to sell him. But under Carrick, he's actually done a really, really good job. Casemiro, as we know, this is his last season at United. Dude has 11 goals somehow. I don't know. Still doing it at a high level. I guess just wants to go out on a high. But let's not have that happen against Liverpool. On the right side, I got Brian Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes in the 10, and then Ahmad on the left, which is what they did against Brentford. It is kind of interesting, Ahmad playing on the left rather than the right. It'll be see if they swap those, but it's mainly because Cunha isn't fit. If Cunha is fit, I would almost see Cunha go on the left and then Ahmad be on the right, because Mbeumo has not been playing very well. So this kind of lineup is just with Cunha out. If Cunha does play, I believe he'll be on that left side and Ahmad on the right, and then Sesko up top, who scored last game. Looking a little bit more and more sharp. He's still young, so yeah. Not too much else to say about that, but yeah, that's their 11. We will get into our 11 now. As of recording this, again, haven't had the press conference because it's early, still middle of the week, and we play on Sunday. And so Allison could potentially be back. I have heard rumors that maybe not, hopefully, but I don't have him in my 11 because I don't know. So we'll go with Woodman because I still know Marmadashvili is out. And if Allison is out, then it will be Woodman. At right back, I got Curtis Jones, and I know a lot of people don't believe we're going to start Curtis Jones at right back, but he's played there the last 2-3 games, and we've won the last 2-3 games. So I truly don't see Slot making many changes. I feel like we kind of have a formula right now that has been working out. So why mess and tinker with it specifically for one game? And he's done brilliant. I mean, in his past 2 games, he's been an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. He's been absolutely solid. And I do want him in this game. So whether that's at right back or in midfield, but don't mess with what's working. I got Konate, Van Dijk, obviously, because they're 2 only healthy center backs. And then on the left, I have Robertson, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. In front of them, I got McAllister and Soboslai. And I'm only saying those 2 because the bone I have with Gravenberch right now, and I just think that you need McAllister in there to ruffle up Fernandez. Like I said, you're going to have to go in, tackle him, get him worked up, get him on a card early, get him, throwing his hands up, getting all upset, doing those things. That's how you get under Bruno Fernandez's skin and you get him off of his game. So I would like Maka to go in, challenge after challenge after challenge, and just wear him down. And then you got Soboslai on the other side because him and Jones have been intertwining at that right back, and they have a really good understanding of how to do that when one's going to push, the other's going to stay back and cover. And they've done really well so far together. So that's the way I like that. Like I stated, I don't believe Salah is going to play in this game. So on the right wing, I do have Frimpong. And yes, I know he's a right back, but for some reason, he is our right wing cover. And it just goes to show that we need wingers in this window coming up because we have no cover for Salah, and then he's leaving. So we got nobody to play right wing. But I do have Frimpong out on the right. I got Verts in the 10, and I got Gakpo on the left. And that's why I'm playing Robertson at left back instead of Kirkes. I believe Kirkes has done a fantastic job these past few months, and he's had a really good end of the season. But Gakpo and Robertson on the left side just have a better understanding of each other, and they just know how to work well with each other. And so whether that's going forward or coming back and covering, and there's just the communication because they've been there together for longer than Kirkes, they just have a better understanding. So I just don't think that when Kirkes plays with Gakpo on that left, it works as well as Robertson. So that's kind of why I keep that left side cohesive. And then Isak up top. And Isak got a goal last game. Big up. That was huge. That's what I wanted to see. And so I want to see it again. Isak put the ball in the back of the net. So, yeah, those are my predicted 11s. And honestly, I think we have a really good chance. I know people are going to call me crazy, but it's only because I watched United against Brentford, and Brentford had chance after chance. And this was at Old Trafford, and I understand it's going to be different with the rivalry. But I just believe that they can be got at, as we can be got at. I do think it's going to be type of a game. But yeah, I think we can absolutely go there and get something. We just have to be willing to perform. We got to be willing to put in the dirty work. We got to be willing to stand up to the task and fight. And I've been calling for that all season. And like I said, the fight, you got to realize this is still a rivalry. And, guys like Curtis Jones, VVD, Maka, they all know that this is a fight, that this is a battle. Robertson, that he knows, these guys that have been here for a while know how big this rivalry is, and you can't let them do the double on us. So you bring that fight, bring that game, and, let's just stick it to them. I do have some reservations at the front, obviously Frimpong, Gakpo, but what can you do? That's all we got. Honestly, I can't wait to see Rio coming off the bench, going up against Dallo, twisting him up, blood. But we got to see him. We got to get him on. Got to get him out there. Would love to see him around the 65, 70-minute mark. And yeah, like I said, just go at Dallo after Dallo after Dallo after Dallo. Just continuous. But yeah, I mean, it's a big game. Big game. I think on Anfield Index, I did say 1-1 draw. But I got to back my team, yo. I got to go 2-1 Liverpool. Isak. Do we go with the same two? Isak converts. Oh! Yeah, let's do it. Isak converts on the score sheet. And Bruno Fernandes does not get an assist. Please. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You guys think it's going to be a good game? You think we stand a chance? A lot of people I've talked to are scared of this game, and it's crazy to me. I mean, I get it because we haven't been good, but United's not that good either. And I think that's what kind of draws me to this game in a fact of neither of us are really flying high at the moment. So it's just going to be kind of a who ends up winning. You know what I mean? It's just going to be one of those games. And God, it better be us because they make my blood boil and I can't get that text message. Clary, man. Oh, I can't be getting it on Sunday afternoon. I know he's going to call and try and bet me. And I'm not taking that bet because that's psychotic. But anyways, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go check out Anfield Index as well. Link in the description below. Get in the comments. And I will see you guys later on this weekend. Up the Reds.